before we start, let me say a very warm welcome to you, sir.
Hello. Hello. How are you? Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's good to have you. It's good to have you on Elombah TV. So let's meet you officially,
Okay.
please.
Yes, my name is Honorable Ambassador Vincent Ike Oligbo. Ichie Edeke of Umoji, if you wish to add that. I am a member of the PDP. I'm a chieftain of the People's Democratic Party in Anambra State. And good to be here.
To have you as well. All right, following our discussion part today, we said we're going to look at your life and then we'll move further to your goals. And then finally, we'll stop at your aspirations. So you want to tell us about your life?
Well, my life has been, I would say it's been a privilege, a good life. I was born at Aba, present-day Abia State. That's where I grew up. And I attended primary school there, where I obviously followed my siblings, to complete my primary education and my secondary education, and proceeded to travel overseas to study law. And I finished my studies, and here I am. At the moment,
All right, so let's look at
I'm
the
a
goals. What
part.
are your goals?
Well, my goals are basically to improve life for the people of my dear state, Anambra State. I went into politics not for my own personal, um, aspiration or anything, but it's the main reason why I went into politics is to make life better for others. I've seen how things has been going over the years, and it hasn't been all that great indeed. So I decided to get in there and join the fray and do something to alleviate the poverty in my state and make life better for the people of Anambra State. So my main goal is to, make life better for people, change the way politics is played. We must stop playing the politics of bitterness, do or die politics. Um, what we need to do is to play a politics of understanding and a politics that will benefit the people of or benefit our constituents, especially the people of Anambra State. That is what my goal is. And if I'm given the opportunity to serve, that is what I intend to do. Have a great state, Anambra State. When you look at Anambra State is the 8th most populated state in Nigeria. It's basically an average density of 1,500 to 2,000 person per square kilometer area in density. It's a big state when you compare it to other states in Nigeria. And it's a great state. I believe that if we can put all the resources that comes from Anambra State together, uh, we are looking at another Dubai, in Nigeria, in Anambra State. Um, we need to come together, do something for the state, get people out of poverty, make life easier for people. The people in the rural areas, the people in the towns, we need to change the dynamics of the way things are done in Anambra State. And that is why I came out to get involved in the politics of the state. We have a great natural resources in the state. We have gas, we have crude oil, and ceramics. What else can you ask for? So if we can utilize all this and manage it, reasonably, I believe the state will be a state that we will all be proud of, and people will be, proud to be associated with. Um, Basically, it's a great state, but I believe much more can be done to make it even better.
Considering the fact that you're very much interested in making things better for people, for Anambarians, how
Mm.
do you intend to achieve this?
Well, I've already I've already drafted my my contract with India Anambra. During my declaration uh, under the PDP, and during the declaration of my intention to contest for the primaries for the governorship position of the state, I made it out. I made it clear that I have a contract with India Anambra. I intend to provide quality education. Uh, I believe that every child in the state deserves to have a good education. I've traveled around the state. I've had a look at some of the schools and some of the educational, I've been in educational institutions in the state, and I've not been all that impressed. And I believe much more can be done. I intend to go for infrastructure as well, road construction. I've mapped out my agenda, my plans, how I'm going to deal with it regarding infrastructure, uh, electricity, and other things. Health comes in as well, and other necessities that we need to survive as human beings and to make life a bit more easier for ourselves. So that is my goal and that is my plan if I'm given the opportunity. And there's a whole lot of other things that I intend to do, and I'm just hoping that uh, I'm not a conventional politician. I'm a politician that speaks my mind. My mind might not be the best, it might not be the best spoken thing, but I say the way it is. I intend to make life better for my people, and I love the people of Anambra State. They're great people. Anambra State is about 4.5 million people, if I'm right, in population, and we can do better, and we can do well.
You've been in the United Kingdom for quite a while, and you left to come and better the lives of Anambarians, like you said. Do you think Anambarians will be comfortable having you as a leader,
Mhm.
considering the fact that you've not been around for quite a while?
Well, I might have been in the United Kingdom for about 30 years. However, uh, I'm always in Nigeria. I spent a lot of time in Nigeria. I have businesses in Nigeria, and I do spend a lot of time, not only in Nigeria, I spend a lot of time in my in my hometown, my village, in Umoji. Sometimes I spend a lot of time there. So over the years, I've actually acquainted myself with the going-ons of the state and of Nigeria as a whole. So I've learned the art of uh, living in Nigeria, and don't forget that I was born and bred up in Nigeria. I just didn't arrive in Nigeria from nowhere. I grew up in Nigeria. You know, I speak my language very well. I know things about my culture. However, what I want to do, I hope people will understand me, is when I look at countries like United Kingdom, see the way revenues are generated and the way these revenues are used to make life better for people. What I want to do is I want to replicate something similar that we see in the United Kingdom, you know, change the whole mindset of the people, make life better for the people, you know. I don't want to see people going to hospital and getting to hospital, they don't have any money to pay for drugs. They don't have any money to buy a card. Because I want to implement something like a pseudo free health, and I have my plans of how to get the funding, so that people who are sick within the state can go and get some treatment, regardless of, whether you're able to pay or not. Just there's certain basics that I want to introduce in the state so that I can change the life of people. My whole goal and intention is to make life better for my people.
We're talking about making healthcare pseudo free. Now, the question is, you know that there are government hospitals and there are also private hospitals in Anambra and across Nigeria. Will this plan cut across private and public hospitals or government owned hospitals?
It will be government-owned hospital. You can't really get bring such a plan into private hospitals. It's not going to work. We have to do it in a way that it would not be abused, and there has to be safeguards. We will start with government-owned hospitals, but what we will do is to make sure that those hospitals are well equipped. Buy the equipment, and those equipments will be well monitored to make sure that it's not used anyhow, and that somehow people are not misusing the whole generosity of the government. We intend to introduce the free health program in a way that will be sustainable. Sustainable in the sense that it must not be abused, because all these things do cost money. And if we don't do it that way, we might run into problems. But we have to do it in a way where it will benefit the citizens of Anambra State. And in addition, be sustainable to the economy of the state. And even if we borrow to implement such things, the whole thing will be worth it. We don't have to borrow and then get it frittered away, so that we can put it into the society, and people can obviously enjoy the whole the benefits of the government. So that's what we intend to do. And I've made up my mind that if I'm given the opportunity, a whole lot of people will benefit the way they've never seen before.
Wow.
The
All
state
right,
will
that's good.
benefit. It will all come very well. We have we have infrastructure. We intend to get on the roads. I stayed at Oka for nearly 4 months, and so many places are pretty bad. Many roads are dilapidated. They need fixing. I intend to um, set up a department that will be in charge of maintaining the road. When I mean maintaining it, strictly maintaining it. Not, you see potholes and this and that with cement. Uh, I really intend to, hit the ground running, and to run in the fastest way, and to get the whole state in a better shape. That's what I intend to do. I have other things: job creation, employment. We have, changing of the civil service, security, but a whole lot of issues that I have in mind.
That's awesome. A plan, if you ask me. I can say that you are ready to take off and move. All right, but we'll get back to that question and answer segment. Just in case you're joining us for the very first time, or you're just joining us, this is Elombah TV, and Elombah TV have today with us Ambassador, and he's also Honorable Vincent Ike Oligbo. He's talking to us about his life, his goals, and his aspirations. Okay, and you can also follow us on Instagram, on Facebook, and on YouTube. You subscribe to our channel so you get all of the notification for our subsequent programs as we come on every day. Okay, all right. Moving forward, in your declaration, you did mention that you promised to wear the shoes or take on from Peter or B. How does this statement go? Is it because he is your godfather, or what exactly do you want us to understand with the statement?
Well, the reason I did not mention His
Ambassador, can you
Excellency
hear us?
Peter Obi. Uh, not mention him because he's the leader of my party, but I mentioned him because of his achievements. He was terrific. Uh, when he came in, he pushed his agenda, and you see all the work is done. A lot has changed in the state. You know, come to infrastructure, come to health. It's the civil service, and Peter Obi did a lot for the state, and I admire it a lot. And that is why I said that if I'm given the opportunity, I will have to channel my plans, and my goals towards what he achieved in the state. He was a great leader, and he's still a great leader now. And I do admire him very much. And he's a great leader. That's all I can say, really. He's not my godfather, He's not my godfather, but he's a great leader of the party, and he leads by example. And I hope that whether it's me, any of my contemporaries that do get the position, that we will follow Peter Obi's, leadership trail and skills. Uh, that's what I think about him. He's a great man.
Okay. And also, you did make a post, and in that post, you said, this generation is getting restricted, and we should stop this time bomb from exploding. What does that mean?
Can
On
we?
a post you made a couple of months back.
Yes, I believe that the youth should be given the opportunity to do a whole lot of things, to vie for office,
Okay.
and to be more productive. Because as far as I'm concerned, the dynamics of Nigerian politics doesn't give the youth the chance to participate, and I believe they're being restricted because the whole dynamics, it's geared towards the same old group of politicians, the same old recycled group. They're coming year in, year out. Every generation, they're still there. So if we can make things a bit simple for this generation, it will be much more helpful. For example, now, if you look at the cost of getting into politics, it's huge. It's astronomical. You can't get involved in Nigerian politics if you haven't got the wherewithal, the financial muscle to pursue the whole thing. Um, and we are not like advanced countries where you can set up fundraising um, and expect people to contribute. And so I believe that the youths are they're kind of muzzled. They need to be given the chance to participate. If you look at a lot of successful countries, they have youthful leaders, and the youth can do more for Nigeria than the old brigade has been doing for the past 50 to 60 years now.
You
Yeah.
did mention that zoning would create this unity because a lot of people, some people are saying there should be zoning in Anambra state politics. How do you mean it will create this unity?
It said that
It's been said
Mhm.
in some quarters that governorship leadership in Anambra state should be zoned, and you did say that would cause this unity.
Yeah, I can hear you about zoning. Is about zoning.
Yes.
Basically, I'm not in for zoning. Yes, I come from Anambra Central, but I believe that if you start zoning the whole, don't forget that first of all, we're all Igbos. We speak the same
Mhm.
dialect. So you cannot compare Anambra State with Nigeria. Some people that say that compare the state with Nigeria, saying, "Oh, the Northerners have been ruling Nigeria for a long time, and then it's time for the Southeast or Southwest." But you remember, these are different tribes and different ethnic groups. In Anambra State, we are one. We're Igbos, you know, and for us to start dividing and going, oh, Anambra, not Central, and whatever, it's just going to cause more problems. You cannot choose a good leader based on the area where they come from. You know, and so I believe that everyone should have the freedom to participate. And if you believe and feel that you can do a lot of good things for the state, and that you can, take the state to another level, then be free to get involved. I don't believe in zoning. It will create so much. It will create disaffection. It will create so much tension in the party. And I said it from day one on my declaration date that I do not believe in zoning. I believe that we should all have the freedom to participate and let the better man win or better woman win. That is my stand about zoning. However, it's down to my party hierarchy what they decide to do. But my own opinion is that zoning should not be part of the whole Anambra 2021 contest, so that we can stand as one. And if eventually any of us emerges as the flag bearer of the party, we can all come together and support the individual. We don't want to start dividing now and start bringing disaffection in these early days. That would be really bad for the party, and I wouldn't say it will be catastrophic, but it will not be the best for the party. So I'm not for zoning. I'm against zoning.
Okay. So you really seem to have a lot of plans, or you have your uh, timetable already mapped out for this ambition that people for you to achieve this, because we understand that you also have rivals or competitors in the game and they also have their timetables. Do you think yours can beat theirs to achieve this
Absolutely.
first number one citizen of Anambra State?
Absolutely. Because they call me, I understand from some quarters, they call me the most, what's it called, the most trusted politician in Anambra State. And anyone who's known me all through my life can tell you that my word is my bond. And this is why I said that I'm not the conventional politician that will tell you one thing and do another thing, and to come and bamboozle you with effects, give you lots of money and this and that. When you get in there, and then my colors will change. When you call me, you won't be able to get hold of me anymore. And that is not me. Anyone who knows me knows that what I tell you is what I do. And I have plans for the people of my state, because I came into this game not for personal benefit, but to genuinely and honestly do the job for the people of my state. People might have their own ideas, or have their own opinions, but that is legitimate and they're allowed to do that. But what I'm saying is that if people can trust me and give me that mandate, they will not regret it. They will simply not regret it,
Okay.
because my whole game plan is to change the state to something of a developed society. I don't know, maybe you look at the Ebonyi State, something similar they're doing there. But I would, what they're doing in your state, Cross River State and the Ebonyi State, get those things together and add even more. That's what I want to do in Anambra State.
So in the course of our conversation, you did mention that if you were given the mandate, you will turn Anambra to Dubai.
Yeah.
What's the plan? How do you intend achieving this?
Well, the whole game plan is, first of all, I will use my contacts to obviously arrange funding, because most of these things need funding. You don't improve a state or develop a state with empty hand. I have my game plans of how to get funding for the state, and I can assure you those funding that I will get for the state will be utilized adequately, utilized, and in a way that people will see that there's nothing to hide. So my whole plans is that we will move forward and develop the state with such speed that obviously, I'm sure people might think, oh, he's rambling along because he wants that denomination. No, I really mean business. What I want to do is get the whole thing together. I want to get into employment. There's a whole lot of kids and youths that are unemployed in Anambra State. You go to Onisha, all these boys are running around looking for cars to hijack at Onisha. You go to Oka, and we have a lot to fix. There's a way to do things. I want to be an active governor. I don't want to be a governor that will stay in Aguaka, every day and be issuing orders. No. I want to be a governor that will be out and about. If I give you a contract to repair a road, don't think that I will come and inspect it myself. I will have a game plan. Every road, every angle that I've issued out on contract, I will inspect it and I will make sure that it's being delivered, as contracted and as planned. I will not allow people to come and misuse the state fund or get into crazy, how do you put it, crazy uh, fraud and all sorts of let me not call it thievery and stealing, but fraud. So I have my own plans of which I don't want to divulge everything on television. But what I want to tell people is, if anyone could go and ask about me in my hometown and my local government, then they could know what my character is like. I'm coming in to work for the state, to transform the state, to make the state a stable, prosperous state where everyone is accommodated and every Anambrarian will be proud of. That's what I want to do. And I hope I will get the mandate to do that and the support of a number of people. Let them trust me. I said, trust me, please. I won't let you down.
All right, now let's look at job creation. You did mention job creation, and we all know that job creation is very important because a lot of people are out there jobless.
Yeah,
What are your plans for you to get this sorted out?
yeah. Job creation can be done. It's not as simple, but it can be done effectively. What we need to do is we create a department that will be their sole, goal to make sure that the unemployment is reduced. How do we go about it? You engage the private sector because the private sector, they create most jobs, in any economy. The government has limited role in creating jobs. You engage the private sector. How do you do that? You cut their taxes, you give them incentives, you provide them with electricity, provide them with infrastructure, construct the roads, give them, support them with banking loans. You know, these are the things you can do to support the local industries. And when you support the local industries, they will hire people. They will hire people, if different sectors, the driving sector, a whole lot of sectors that can be developed. We will have a department or a ministry of employment that their job will be to cut down the unemployment, map out plans on how to go about it. It can be done if we're determined, and that's why I said that I'll be a hands-on governor. I will not be a governor that will sit in the office rolling around on my chair. I will be out on the streets, mixing with people, talking to people, not only my party members or the people that I know, mixing with the real people that are suffering every day in the state and in the country. That's what I want to do. A governor that will be down to earth, get out there, meet people, talk to people. And I believe once you get close to the people, you will be able to understand their sufferings. You'll be able to understand what they're going through. And will be able to find a solution on how to help them. You know, I don't believe in propaganda. People, going on the radio and the TV every day, shouting about what they've achieved. They've done this road, they've done that road. Some of them true, some are not. But once you do the right thing, you don't even need publicity. People, your work and your actions will speak for itself. If you understand what I'm talking about, it will speak for itself. And that's why I want Anambra State to be the best state in the country. It can be the best state. It can be the best state. Once we have a proactive governor who will go out there and know and take the feelings of the people at heart and know that people, they need jobs, they need healthcare, they need support. I believe we can change it. Rome was not built in a day, but
Yeah, that's
um,
correct.
yeah, Rome was not built in a day, but it can be done. And if I'm given the mandate, it will be done. That is a guarantee. That is a guarantee to the people of my state. I love the
Okay,
state.
this
It's a
this
wonderful
guarantee
country.
is so strong. All right, people, you have been listening to Honorable Ike Oligbo Vincent. He is aspiring for the office of a governor of Anambra State, and of course, this is happening on Elombah TV, and it's been Lydia Oduada talking all the while. So
Mm.
it's time for us to ask questions. You can also raise your hand if you've got a question. So let's hit the road with Mr. Daniel Elombah. You've got a
Sure,
question. Let's go.
sure. Mm.
Yes, Honorable, thank you for being with us this afternoon. I have two questions actually. My
Sure.
first question is with regards to your declaration on the platform of the People's Democratic Party.
That's right.
So, if you will tell our viewers, how long have you been a member of this PDP, and what made you choose to pitch your candidacy with the People's Democratic Party vis-a-vis the large number of candidates that have indicated interest in the post of governorship from the People's Democratic Party?
That's correct. First of all, let me I'll pay tribute to the leadership of the party. I will pay tribute to the leader of the party, His Excellency Governor Peter Obi, the chairman of the party, Honorable Sandu Obukoka, and other officials of the party. My main reason of joining the PDP, I thought about it very well, but when I wanted to get involved in Nigerian politics, I thought about the camp that I should pitch my tent on. It wasn't an easy decision, but I made inquiries, looked around, and I came to the conclusion that the People's Democratic Party is the best option for me and the best choice for me to obviously get my aspiration on track. Sorry. So it wasn't an easy thing. Yes, I'm a newbie in politics. You know, I'm not here to mask it up. Uh, I've not been long in politics, but I've seen a lot of things. I've seen the suffering of the people, and I've seen how things have been very, very bad in the state of lately. And I decided that PDP was the party for me to go to. We have a huge number of aspirants, um, eminently qualified candidates. I wouldn't start mentioning names, but they're all very good. Hello?
Yeah, we are listening.
Yes,
Yeah,
we're right here with you.
they're all very good. And my whole hope is and prayer is that let the best candidate emerge from PDP. And whoever emerges, we will all support him. And I hope that if I emerge as the flag bearer of the party, that I'll get the support of my co-aspirants. Um, it's not easy. Politics is not an easy game. It's time consuming. It's quite expensive as well. But it has to be done. You know, it has to be done. So PDP is a great party, and I'm very proud to be a member of PDP. And I have to give, obviously, I have to thank the chairman of the party, Honorable Sandu Mobu, for encouraging me, to be a part of the party. So I feel like I went into the right group, and I'm proud to be a part of it.
Okay, my second question, sir, will be why your opinion on zoning? Because we remember that P2B, when he was leaving, the main platform on which he brought in the present governor Obiano is on the basis that it let the position go to Anambra North. And there is a general tacit understanding that it will be the turn of the Anambra South to produce the next governor of Anambra State. And I understand that you are from Anambra Central. So is your opposition to zoning based on the notion that because you're from Anambra Central, therefore why should the position go to Anambra South?
Yeah. Okay. No, not at all. You see, I'm a very fair person. My opposition to zoning is not necessarily because I'm from Anambra Central. My opposition to zoning is based on the past activities of the party. If you look at the years gone by, all the elections that have been, all the governorship elections that have been held in Anambra State, every group has participated in that election. I know people from my party members from Anambra South, who has contested for the governorship over 3 or 4 times. You know, I don't want to be calling names. They are from Anambra South. And a lot of people from Anambra North who's been involved as well. So in, you know, all the while, people from Anambra South and North and Central they've always been involved in the governorship. So why would this one be different? If you understand what I mean. We have people from, you know, the opposition party have that. The same thing as well. People from Anambra South and Central and the North. So I believe that the whole thing is about freedom of expression. Let the right person come, regardless of the person who will transform Anambra State. You know, let's choose the right person and someone who's electable as well, who will fight the corner of the people. You know, that's what I believe in. I'm not opposing zoning simply because that I'm from Anambra Central, but because I believe that we should all have the freedom, you know, to participate for the betterment of Anambra citizens. So that is my goal. So my rejection of zoning, it's not personal, but it's for the betterment of everyone.
Okay, Mr. Daniel, I think that's about it with your questions. Can we move to the next people, please?
Sure. Yeah.
So we see Otumba Olabode Oseni right here. His hands up. You ready with your question?
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. This is a nice program, opportunity to speak to aspirants who want to be leader of their state. Honorable,
Hello.
what can you throw up to see to people of Anambra to believe all your promises? Judging from the historical experience they have, year in, year out, since 1960 to be precise.
That's correct.
They've been promising road, they've been promising this and that. The people of Anambra, I can tell you for free, can have nothing to share of, have nothing to say. I'm a proud Anambra, you know. Apart from the people of your caliber who are in politics, who are making money, an average person from Anambra, from local area of Anambra, they have nothing to show for having representatives. How do you want to tell them this time around that they are going to be in good hands? That's one. Second question, can I do the second one quickly?
Sure.
The second one is issue of zoning. I think I agree with you if you say you don't like zoning, because I believe it's also criminal. It's killing the talents in the country as a whole, not to talk of the states, because it makes it impossible for people who are good enough to come from not necessarily from particular part of the state to be a good candidate and that can do exactly what the people want. So if you say you don't like zoning, I agree with you on that. But again, how do you want to convince the people of Anambra who want to vote for you that this time around you don't want zoning because it's going to be favorable to you? Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let me start with the first question, which is that some of our representatives have not been doing well and have not really helped their constituents. Is that what you asked? Yeah, that was what you were. They have nothing
Yeah,
to show.
That's from experience. It's not only Anambra; it's everywhere in the country.
Everywhere in the country.
Yeah,
and this is where it comes down to conscience. You know, I know the politics is all about alliances, all about, you know, getting the right movement. But then when we look at the whole perspective of why we're all in politics, some people are in politics for their own personal gains. And personally, there's nothing I can do about it, you know, but I can speak for myself personally. The way politics is played in Nigeria is very unfortunate. I have to say that. It's unfortunate and it's wrong. You know, someone's got to say it is wrong. People voting their candidates and 4 years later, nothing to show for, you know, nothing to show for all the efforts of the people. And come next election, they hear the same story again. What I'm telling people in my state is, I'm a different candidate. Anyone who knows me, who's followed my life over the years, if you can Google my life and will know that my word is my bond. I don't mind falling out with people if I'm trying to do the right thing, and then they try to stop me from doing the right thing. My whole goal and my aim is to make life better for Anambra people. I've said it before. If you look at what Governor Chime of Enugu State, when he was in PDP, he said when he came in, he was going to transform Enugu. What happened when he came in? He transformed Enugu. Have you been to Enugu? Did you go to Enugu during his tenure? Enugu State was all tied up, all reconstructed, and you wouldn't believe that you're in Enugu. It looked more like a district of England or like London or something. He did it, and I was opportune to meet him once, and his explanation was that the reason he schooled abroad, he had to bring the mentality of do the right thing for the people, not the mentality of fill my pocket and fill my contemporaries' pocket. So I believe that I'll be able to convince people, follow my track record, look at my track record, and please do the right thing. When I come in there or I get in there, I will work for you. That is my whole thing. I will work for you, and I will make sure that life is, better for the people of Anambra State. Anambra needs a lot of things. We have a lot of problems. Apart from employment, apart from infrastructure, and so many things, we have issues that we can deal with. We have an issue of criminals as well. Just yesterday, one of my managers got stopped at, is it Obunika or something, by some criminal elements. They chased them into the bush. I had to make a call, to Gidi police station, and to walk out to get policemen to come down there. So we have so much problems to deal with. And what I'm asking my people to do is to please trust me. My word is my bond. I'm not a conventional politician. The usual politicians, in the country, they come, they promise you this, they promise you that. You have governors who've been there for 8 years. They're totally useless, completely useless. They stay there. What they do is when people complain, they try to muzzle you. They try to go and break your house down. I'm not that type of person, and I say it the way it is. We want a governor or governors or representatives that will go there for the masses, speak up for the masses, do what the masses want, help the masses, and that's what I intend to do. That's what I intend to do. No matter whose ox is God, I will go out and work for the people, and look after my people. And my people are the people of Anambra State. I will never let them down. Never. Then coming to the second question,
zoning.
The issue of zoning. There was a point I made about zoning when I started this interview, and that was, if you don't mind me, I said that in Anambra State is different from Nigeria as a country. If you look at Nigeria, Nigeria is made up of different tribes, different geopolitical zones, and it's great that we're all living together. But we are all very sensitive in Nigeria about the areas that we all come from. And so that is why they introduced in the constitution what they call the federal character. I'm sure you know what the federal character is, where we choose, from different ethnic groups, to make up the entity called Nigeria. But Anambra State is very different from that. It's very different. And that's why I oppose zoning, because I believe that anyone who emerges from any part of Anambra State, and this person is a good candidate, honest person, who wants to go there and change the narrative, change the way, people live, transform people's lives, put smiles on the faces of the old folks, the widows, the widowers, then that person should be the governor. That person should be the leader. That's what I believe in.
Do you have any godfather that is going to support you? Because I can tell you for free without godfatherism, you are not going to win any election in any of the states. I say it
Well,
straight to your face.
I don't believe in that, in godfatherism. But let me not go any further on that. Politics is a complex game. Let's leave it at that. Let's be
Okay.
going. Yeah.
All right. So
I'm happy with your answer.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, madam.
all right. Okay, let's move on to the next person, which is Augustine Ike. Are you there with us? Let's have your question. You raised your hand.
Okay, yes. I'm greeting him. I was enjoying his speech until I lost audio. I just want to know. I want to know, given he said so much about P2B's administration. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
He said so much about modeling on P2B's administration. And that same administration, I remember vividly, did not work with the local governments for at least the 8 years when he was about leaving office. Do you have intention to work with the local government or to follow his footsteps?
If I become the governor, I think local government elections will be a crucial part of my administration's agenda. And I will try to make sure that within the first year of my taking over office, that elections are held. That is what democracy is all about. You get people in there elected by the populace, given the mandate by the people, and things will go right. I cannot speak for His Excellency's administration because I wasn't part of it, but I did observe all his good work and all the things he did. But obviously, speaking for myself, if I have the opportunity to serve, I will definitely work with every segment of the government and every level, the government, not only the local government, the state assembly as well. And I intend to hold elections. I think it's the right thing to do. I don't know why the government of Anambra State, as of now, it refuses to hold elections. They should hold elections. It's the right thing to do. Hold the elections, let the people decide. Even if your party loses, hold the elections and let the people decide. That is how democracy comes about, and it will even gear you up to even do more for the people. Rather than, I don't know why, some state governments refuse to hold elections, Perhaps it's for political gain. I couldn't tell, but I intend to do that. I intend to hold elections. And people can hold me onto it and said, oh, you promised this. Are you going to do it? I will do it. I think it's the right thing to do, to hold local government elections. But I can't speak for any other person, because I wasn't part. I don't know the exact reasons. There could be reasons why His Excellency P2B did not hold his elections. I don't know the reasons, but I'm sure his representatives at the time will be able to expand and expatiate more on that. But on my own part, we have to hold elections, and I will do that.
All right, thank you very much for that response. We also see that Emmanuel Okorafor is raising his hand for a question. Emmanuel, can you hear us? All right, please go ahead with your question.
I can hear you, yeah. Honorable, my question is very simple. How do you foresee your first 100 days in power as governor of Anambra State?
I will hit the ground
100
running.
days.
Yes, thank you for the question, Dr. Okorafor. I will hit the ground running. What I intend to do is that first 100 days, there will be extraordinary changes in the state. I intend to create a model never seen before in the country, in a way, change the state in a way that will impact even the most rural area, or the most, let me say, people who hasn't had any feel of government in their lives. There are people who live in rural areas in the countryside. You're talking about this, talking about that. They don't have any feeling of government. They are farmers, you know, they sustain themselves through the work they do and everything. But I will change Anambra State, you know, starting from what I've always talked about: infrastructure, reconstruction of roads, and going to electricity and security. Those things that I know, because if you look at the dynamics of it, once you start infrastructure of constructing roads, putting security, and putting electricity, leave the rest, the economy will jumpstart. Because if people are able to fly the road, drive to, you know, further to countryside, to go and do farming, to go and deliver goods, to go and pick up farm produce, then things will start rolling. You know, once you have good roads can do a lot. Then you look at security. If you have security, obviously the economy will you know, obviously function on its own. You know, people will be comfortable to do business, to come into the state and do business. They won't be scared of hoodlums and criminals. And then, you know what electricity can do for us. If we have, you know, regular electricity without people burning generators every day, you know, spending millions and millions to run the industries. Once you provide electricity for them, and then leave the rest, I will impact the people. And this is a promise I'm making to Anambra State and its indigents, that should I be given the opportunity to serve, I will not let them down. I will do everything within my humanly power to achieve what I promised them, to make life different from my predecessors or from you know, people, other representatives, you know, in the past. It will be a new dawn for Anambra State. My first 100 days will be an unforgettable one. It's a promise.
Thank you very much, Honorable. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We've got more questions.
One final question.
Sure.
Okay.
Honorable, please.
Okay.
Can you tell the Anambra why, of the dozens and scores of aspirants, why should they choose you? Say in such a sentence as you could. Yeah. Why would the Anambra choose you among all the scores of aspirants who have indicated interest in being as governor?
Why? Thank you so much for the question. So why I would appeal to, because what we're all doing is appealing to the public to consider us as their servants. Why I will ask the Anambra to consider me is, number one, I'm honest. My word is my bond. I have a track record of honesty. And my honesty is, when I say I'm going to do something, I will do it. I do not betray people. You know, I will not betray the Anambra. Once I get in there, it won't be the sort of governors or the representatives that will tell you sweet things, you want to hear everything, you go in there, and then you won't be able to contact them. I'll be accessible. If you want to reach me from any part of the state, whether you're from Anambra South, from Anambra North, or from Central, we will make it possible for you to get in touch with me and reach me. And I will listen to the people. I will listen to whatever, you know, they have, whatever the problems are. And I promise Anambra people that I won't let them down. If I can speak in Igbo very shortly, am I allowed to do that?
Yes, sure, go ahead.
Even I want the Anambra, Viko weno kukwebeno, na mma agbanaro n'azụ, mma let unu down. Even kwu ka m ga-eme. Biko, anyị chọrọ ka anyị dozie obodo anyị, and obodo anyị ga-adị mma. Nwee na okwukwe ebe m nọ. Abụkwa m onye ọfụ, mana nwee na hope na ife need bụ new breed. Anyị need ndị politicians, ndị ochie a na-recycle oge ọbụla. Anyị need ndị ọfụ ga-abata eme ife ọfụ ka anyị ghara ịga achịkwa na ofu ndị a nọbago since. Ife anyị need ndị ọfụ ga-abata fa eme ife dị iche. Onye ọbụla afụ nọ ife dị iche. Na-asị unu biko. Daalụ. Thank you.
Wow. Okay, see, we're having one hand here. Can we give Augusta just a minute to briefly ask a question? Honorable, hope you would consider answering that question when it comes.
That's fine.
All right.
Thank
So
you. Thank
Augusta,
you
please
very
unmute
much.
yourself and ask
Actually,
your question.
I did already. Thank you very much. So,
Hello.
it's an honor meeting each and every one of you. So, yeah, and having heard all you said, to me, you're already in. So, and we pray that all your missions for our people will come to reality. So,
Thank
but
you.
I had just this question. So,
Sure.
Honorable Sir, where do you currently reside in?
At Umoji Nidemli local government area of Anambra State. I have businesses all over the world, but I live at Umoji Nidemli North. That is my address. That is my hometown. That is where I live. My main residence now. I have houses in London. I have houses in other places, but my primary residence is Umoji. Is that okay?
Thank you very much.
Augusta,
That's
are
just
you
my
good
question,
with that?
and I'm glad. Yeah. So it's good you are around us, so you can be able to manage things around you. But if you're still in abroad, you will be like, so good to have you.
I live at Urudeku Moji. Anyone who wishes to see me can come down and see me at Urudeku Moji. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Honorable. And to everyone who's been here, who started with us and stayed with us all the way, thank you so much. And Honorable, please, you just have to give an advice to our teaming youths. Just tell us something as youths, as upcoming politicians, because I'm very sure that there are youths who would also want to be like you when they grow up. What do you have to say to us?
I would say to them, do not be discouraged. Be strong, get into the fray. It is difficult, especially the financial part of it. But this is things I intend to change if I get into administration, into service for Anambra people. I intend to make it easier for the youths to get involved in politics. For example, if you look at all the kind of all the money spent on politics, it's difficult for a youth to get involved. Where would he get the money? Unless if it's inherited. So if we can structure it in a way to accommodate the youths, train them, get them into the system. These are leaders of tomorrow. We can change the narrative of leadership, and we need to unleash the youths. They will develop this country in the next 100 years or the next 200 years when we will not be here. We can't be having the old boys association, people who's been in politics since 1960s, still on top of it. We can't, the country will not move forward. So the youths are very important. And I support the youths, and I will do everything to encourage them, whether it's in employment, whether it's in politics, or in other areas.
Thank you so much, Honorable, for coming around to satisfy us with your response and also give ear to our questions. We appreciate you. And to everyone who's been a part of it, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Trust me, we wouldn't have had this awesome and interesting session without you. So we are grateful to you. Remember, this is Elombah TV. You can also follow us on Instagram, on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you get notification as our posts drop. My name is Lydia Oduada, and this is where we draw the curtains for today. Look out for us because more interesting programs will be coming your way. Have yourselves a splendid day now. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, Honorable. Bye, everyone.
I appreciate it. Thank
Bye,
you for having me.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, Chef. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Bye,
very much, sir.
Chef.
Thank you, everyone.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye.